My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of Supergirl. And okay, so I didn't like Superman from last year, so I did have no hope for this movie, but then we got the second trailer. What becomes of the broken hearted? That song alone got me so hyped up for this movie, and I was confident it was going to be good. But then reviews started to come out, and people hate this movie. It's getting destroyed online, and some people are even going as far to say that it's one of the worst comic book movies ever. So I went in with rock bottom expectations, and I kind of liked it. Okay, it's flawed, it's not great, it's a bit of a mess, but there is still enough here for me to enjoy it overall. So let's begin by talking about the cast. And Millie Alcock does a great job here. She really does. I love her personality and how she brings this character to life. She carries this movie incredibly well. Like, to me, she just fully delivered. Then we've got Eve Ridley, who's fine. Sometimes she's good, sometimes she's bad, but she is still good enough for what this movie required her to do. Then we've got Matthews Skarnotz, who I wish he was given better material because I actually don't mind his performance. But unfortunately, he does end up being a really generic villain. And then we've got Jason Momoa, who also does a good job. A bit more sillier than I was expecting, but he just looks like Lobo, and I thought he brought enough personality here. I'm very curious to see what they do with this character next. Then we've got David Cornsweet, and I do like his performance here. You can definitely tell that some scenes were added through reshoots, but what I really liked about his performance here is he was a nice contrast to Supergirl. He's hopeful, naive, optimistic. She's more depressing and broken, and when you see him on screen, that contrast becomes even more clear. And David Krumholtz and Emily Beckham does a fine job, I guess, as Supergirl's parents. But this is a well acted movie. And what I'll say about this story is, well, first, I know it's based on a comic book called Women of Tomorrow, and people love this story. I haven't read it, so I can't compare it, but I do like enough of what's present. You can see lots of potential throughout this movie in Supergirl's character and Ruthie's character and um kind of what happened to Krypton and what's happening to Krypto and what that means to Supergirl. Like you pretty much have a character who watched her world die, watched her parents die, and she's just broken up about it. And her only connection to her past life is on the verge of dying himself. That's good. That's really good. And this movie actually goes to some dark places. Like when you find out what the villains are doing, it is evil and twisted. And I do wish this movie had like 20 minutes more just to go more in depth, but there's still enough here. And the direction by Craig Gillespie, I'm very mixed on. Because I actually don't mind how this movie looks. The CGI is pretty good for the most part. I liked the set design, I liked the costumes and the makeup, but some scenes are just terribly edited, and like sometimes the action is good, sometimes the action is bad, sometimes the needle drops are great. The very first scene I loved, and there's one scene later on at a hotel or a house that I loved as well. But sometimes the needle drops suck. There is one at the very end of this movie which was just a baffling choice. Like, come on. What were you thinking? And I do want to actually mention the 3D here because this 3D was actually fantastic. Between Avatar Fire and Ash, Super Mario Galaxy, Billie Eilish, and now this movie, we're getting some good 3D this year, and it's nice. It's bringing me back to 2011. So, yeah. Um, yeah, what else can I really say? Yeah, I feel like I've kind of said my piece. Like, it's entertaining enough. It's engaging enough. I do like some of the world building here. There's this couple that you're introduced to, and I really like what the movie does to them. Like, there's lots of complexity and depth in this story. I just feel like it needed a few more rewrites. I feel like this movie needed to be longer so it could feel more fleshed out, but I still get enough from it. Lots of good ideas, some great characters. It's undeniably a mess, but Millie Alcock is the glue that holds this movie together. So I'm going to give Supergirl a 6 out of 10. If I could compare this movie to any other, it would be Borderlands, a movie that everybody hates, but it's one I enjoyed enough. And that's this movie. So I do kind of get some of the hate. I think it's overblown, but I liked it. I do really hope the next DC movie is better though. Like Superman and now this. We need a great movie here. So hopefully Man of Tomorrow. Actually, Clayface. Clayface is going to be the one to fully deliver. But still. Anyways, Supergirl, have you seen it? What did you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin out.